All right, everybody, welcome back to Bourbon Flights OKC Season 3, Episode 2. Eric, as always, with my co-host Jason. I still feel like we need to say it. We're back. We took a brief hiatus. We just did Episode 1. This is Episode 2, so this will be out in 2 Wednesdays from now. This is still Austin and Bourbon Rye Showdown. I was in Texas for a week of what we call the schoolhouse in our industry, which is basically flight training. Once every 6 months I have to go down there, get in a simulator, show the people that I'm not an idiot and I still know how to fly the airplane. While I was down there, I went to Total Wine, and I found the Still Austin stuff, which you can't find in Oklahoma, I don't believe.
I have not seen it.
We've got the Straight Bourbon whiskey. We've got the Still Austin Single Barrel Cask Strength, which is a barrel pick from Total Wine. And then we've also got the Rye Strength Cask Strength Rye whiskey as well. If you guys watched our... Oh, Dak's down by Tinker, he just said. Nice.
Oh,
awesome.
cool.
Dak was in the last episode. He was talking to us. He's down by Tinker.
He has a podcast, too. Check him out.
Yep.
Dak and Bourbon.
Yep. We need to... sounds like we need to link up.
Well, yeah, and I have a lot of questions about the liquor stores in Midwest City, Del City over there. So
yeah, because that's an area that we don't really explore too much.
There, yeah.
We're usually like Oklahoma City North.
Yeah, and then occasionally when I go to my dentist, I'll hit the south side.
Yeah, and I try to find stuff, like, again, when I was down in Texas, I got the Still Austin stuff. I was just down there again. No, I was in Scottsdale, and I went to a Total Wine there, and there really wasn't anything that stuck out. Dak says there's good stores. There's good stores down here. I've heard good things about some stores in Midwest City. I've never been.
The only thing I've heard is that their allocations are way overpriced, but they get move a lot of volume, so they do have allocations. But Nick went across one time and he said they had a Blanton's for way overpriced, and so we've never really ventured over there because
it's
of
just
the
such
rumors
a far drive, and the construction over there.
It's the traffic
sucks,
between Edmond and
like, especially like if we're bringing the side by sides. I hate bringing my trailer through there.
Yeah,
it's so tight and there's so much traffic.
Yeah,
the Kickapoo
Turnpike is the way to go. End up out there by.
Do you want to mention, we've got these awesome, this is 4 ounces. We're going to have some 3 ounce ones. We're going to launch a website probably in the next week or two. We're going to have these up in our store on the website. They're custom engraved Bourbon Flights OKC stainless steel tumblers, mini tumblers, Glencairns, whatever you want to call them. And they are done by our friend over at Patriot.
Laserworks.
Patriot Laserworks.
Yeah.
He's in Cashin.
No,
he's
in Crescent.
I knew it started with a C.
Yeah, I know. I got to remember it's the bread. That's how I remember it's a bread. It's Crescent rolls, Crescent.
Croissants?
Yeah, he's in
crescent rolls. No, it's not crescent rolls. It's croissants.
Well, this is Oklahoma. We don't have croissant rolls. We have
Lord.
crescent rolls. But anyway, Tim, Patriot Laserworks, small, veteran-owned small business, ships to even APO addresses, but he can pretty much laser engrave everything. He does do some decanter sets.
I wish I had the can. We also have bottle openers too.
Yeah, so he did some bottle openers for us. Check them out. Great prices.
Yeah,
smaller business.
Super cool guy.
Yeah, and
so looking at TikTok here, Scooter says best honey bourbon.
Ooh, I've only had one honey bourbon.
I've seen honey whiskey. I've never seen honey bourbon.
I've had. Yeah, I don't know. Was it a bourbon or whiskey? The only honey one I've had was the Jim Beam one.
That's whiskey.
Is it okay?
Yeah. Jim Beam and Jack do honey whiskey.
I would say the one you like.
Yeah,
the one you can find.
The only thing I can think of is like bourbons that specifically say honey.
Yeah.
Like I think the OBSF from Four Roses says that it's honeycomb. But yeah, we don't really mess with like the flavored whiskey stuff.
Yeah,
on the podcast.
I try to avoid sugar.
I just don't need shit added to my alcohol.
Right.
I can stick with this stuff and have a plenty good time. So sorry, that's not a really good answer.
Yeah, and I avoid sugar like the plague because I used to be 400 pounds. So
yeah, and now he weighs less than I do. So. All right, shall we get into it, my friends? So this is season 3, episode 2. This is, as I said, the Still Austin Bourbon and Rye Showdown, straight cask strength and rye compared. We're going to run through, as we usually do, lowest to highest. I believe these two are the same.
Proof. Yeah.
I believe these are both 116. They are, and then this one's like 98 point something. So I got a little bottle of the regular stuff because I wanted to try it, but I've seen people drink this, and I figured since it was a barrel pick from Total Wine, it's probably pretty good. And then I'm not a huge rye fan. I do like the Basil Hayden Dark Rye, which is the port.
That is fantastic.
It's really good, so we'll give it a shot. We drank this, was that last night? 2 nights ago at your house, right?
Yeah.
So let's get into it. We already poured it. This little bottle is the Straight Bourbon from Still Austin Whiskey Co. First released in 2020. The release is ongoing. It's 98.4 proof. The age is at least 2 years. Mash bill is undisclosed, and MSRP is $45. I think I paid $39.99
for the small one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not for the small one. I paid less than that.
Yeah.
I think I paid $29.99 actually. I knew it's something 99, so it must have been $29.
Well, an interesting sidebar. We talk about Texas whiskeys all the time and how they're coming on strong. So now I've been reading some stuff about California whiskeys, which is a new thing they're trying to start where they're doing some.
No, it's not.
No. I mean, this are like some
Random
weird.
Empire is California.
Right, I understand, but this is like they're doing different things with the whiskey.
Oh, okay.
Then
what you're saying.
They're adding.
So is it bourbon or is it whiskey?
It's whiskey because they're adding a lot of things afterwards that hasn't been tried here in Texas, or Kentucky or anything else. A lot of different like spices and stuff. Just something I read the other day in an article briefly. California, shit gets here slow, so I didn't put a lot of stock into it, and I'm still struggling with Texas whiskey. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had really 2 good Texas whiskeys. The Last Motel stuff, which hopefully we'll have Tony, the distributor for Lasso on the podcast here in a couple of weeks. But Lasso, the 8 and the 18 year are really good. And then Still Austin stuff. We've had this once. We had this at Justin W.'s house.
Yes.
We really liked it. So that's why I saw it and I was like, okay, it's readily available. I mean, they had cases and cases of it. So I was like, okay.
An interesting sidebar thing, I thought I was going to impress Tony from Lasso Distillery. Was showing her my bourbon wall with 112 different whiskeys, and then she pulled up hers. She had the exact same shelf I had,
4 of them.
Way more whiskey.
4 of them.
Yeah, she had way more whiskey. I was like, I just put my head down.
Yeah.
So Tony, she's great.
I'm slacking over here. I have a lot of really good stuff. I just don't have a lot of stuff.
Well, we drain yours pretty fast.
Quantity over quality.
That's right.
Ray says, I have such a hard time finding Still Austin, West Virginia. Yeah, Still Austin doesn't distribute a lot. We can't get it here in Oklahoma. Obviously in Texas, you can get it because it's pretty much, it's at every Total Wine you go to. Yeah. I've been to 2. Actually, it was at the Total Wine in Phoenix or Scottsdale as well.
Oh, really?
Seems like they might have a thing with Total Wine. But yeah, I mean, in Ray, you're going to find stuff that we have a hard time finding, and we're going to find stuff that's readily available that you're going to have a hard time finding. Like, your brother lives in Texas, Houston, and he can't find Buffalo Trace, and there's one other one that he can't find as well. Was it 1792?
I think it was 1792.
Yeah.
Well, no, because the 1792 I found in Houston, but
there was something else.
There was something else he couldn't find.
My point is like, depending on where you live, like, it can be really, really difficult to find different stuff, and it kind of sucks that we all,
especially here in Oklahoma with a state population of 4 million people, and Dallas has more people than our entire state, so our allocations are real low.
Yeah. So Ray says, that's a good point. Here in West Virginia, I'm just an hour from Kentucky, so I can't complain much.
What was the one we had from West Virginia? Backdraft.
It's either Black
Draft. It was Black Draft.
I think it's Backdraft because I think it's a Cole reference.
I thought it was
West Virginia. Anyway. Ray, let us know if you had Backdraft. We had in the podcast season 2. Go back and check it out if you haven't had it yet. Our friend, my wife's best friend's boyfriend brought it, and we really enjoyed that bottle.
Yeah,
I mean, it's nothing crazy, but
for a local distillery that you don't hear about, it was good. It was good.
It's either Blackdraft or Backdraft. I can't remember which.
They're local to West Virginia.
Yeah, they're in.
Don't even ask me.
It's not Morganstown. Can't remember. Anyway, shall we get into it? Still Austin. This is called The Musician. I already ran through all the stuff, so we'll just give it a try.
Sweet. A little bit of ethanol.
Very sweet. Not a ton of ethanol. I get more ethanol on the top of the glass, obviously, where it's leaking out. Like, when my nose is right next to the bourbon, I don't get anything. That is delicious.
I am shocked. I would have to agree.
I kind of wish I got the bigger bottle because I was like, it's just the regular stuff. I don't know.
That doesn't taste like a regular Texas whiskey.
Yeah, I think still Austin has figured this out, man. Like, I think, because I mean, the stuff that I've had previously and the reputation that still Austin has, I feel like if you're gonna buy a Texas whiskey, I mean, right? Last Motel is so new,
right?
Like, these guys have been doing it for a while. Their stuff is really solid.
Well, what's interesting is you start talking about aging in barrels.
Yeah.
And we all know that aging in barrels is in the wintertime, it sucks into the wood. In the summertime, it pushes back out of the wood, pushing that flavor out. When you get into far southern Texas, you don't have that much fluctuation in temperatures. So it seems once you get to like the Kentucky area, that's far enough north where you get a good fluctuation. What's interesting is, Dallas to Austin, that's a 3-hour drive. That's quite a bit. And then even farther south, obviously it's not. But for Austin to produce something that good, because where's Garrison Brothers at? I mean, I don't know what part of Texas Garrison Brother is, but that.
So this is in Manor, Texas, which I assume is a suburb of Austin.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up right now, actually.
My family's from Texas, Lockhart and Castroville.
It is on Manor is on the northeast side of Austin. It is a suburb of Austin. I was correct.
And that's so weird because Austin's such a strange place.
I love Austin.
It's so weird.
I love it. I love Austin. I think
I loved it. It's so crowded now. That's why I don't like it.
My two favorite cities, not in this particular order in Texas, San Antonio and Austin.
Yeah.
Houston sucks.
Yeah.
Dallas is just
a nightmare.
Fort Worth is kind of cool. When you get downtown the stockyards, Dallas is just a disaster. Driving there is. I'm not even going to get into it, but it's the traffic that makes it a nightmare. I love Austin. And San Antonio is great because you got the Riverwalk. You have the history of San Antonio, obviously, with the Alamo, which I just went to for the first time last time I was there. I know. Dude, I'm from Connecticut, man.
Yeah, I'm from San Antonio.
Give me a break, bro. Give me a break.
Love San Antonio. The Mexican food better than most places.
Very good.
Yeah.
So on this one, pretty easy nose: cinnamon, light citrus, pine, brown sugar. The palate: cinnamon, maple sugar candy, caramel chews, light body. Finish: spice intensifies with caramel, seasoned oak, and medium length.
Yeah, this
not
is
super complex. It's easy to drink.
It's a good light whiskey.
Super good.
I think it's a great light whiskey. I get a little bit of almost a grape, like a light grape, like green grape.
I do not get that. I don't even know if I get the maple sugar candy. I definitely get the caramel chews. Like, what are those caramel chew candies that they have?
They're Brock's.
In the little... No, those are the hard candies.
No, the Brock's, the chewy caramel that you have to get them in.
No, I'm talking about the old school. They're in a yellow wrapper.
Oh, in a yellow wrapper. I don't know in a yellow wrapper. I know in the old... being a product of the 70s, Brock's used to make the little squirt
Bit of
caramels.
honey.
Oh, bit of honey.
Bit of honey.
Okay, that's caramel and honey.
Yes, that's all I'm thinking.
Fair enough.
Yes.
Okay. I could actually see that.
Yeah.
Now that you say that.
And I was like, I know it's an old school wrapper. I just can't remember what the name of it is.
Yeah. That's interesting. I don't know, power suggestion maybe, but yeah.
Perhaps.
It does have a hint of honey with that.
This is great. This is a great bottle.
Shocked.
I wish I had bought the full size bottle of it, to be honest.
What's wrong with you? Ruined the season.
Idiot. Christmas is ruined. That's an inside joke as well, which we won't get into. So the next one is the Still Austin. That's not correct. Still Austin Cask Strength Bourbon.
Single.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Eric.
This is what happens when you try to wing it.
Unbelievable.
Thank God he's the technical guy.
Single barrel cask strength. Right?
You said cask strength.
Because it is cask strength.
Oh, okay. Oh, I just read.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
It's your fault now.
What are these people doing?
All right, so this is the Still Austin cask strength single barrel.
Yes.
This is a barrel pick from Total Wine. I got this at the Total Wine store I think I was in Grapevine.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I think I was in Grapevine.
It's the crazy lady with the bird coming out of her hair.
That's right. So this is, again, a straight bourbon from Still Austin Whiskey Co. They released this in 2021. They're still releasing it, of course. 118 proof. It's aged 2 years. I feel like it's got to be aged longer than that. I think it's at least 2 years. Mash bill is 70% non-GMO white corn. There's Austin, Texas for you, non-GMO. 25% Elbin rye.
What is
Elbin rye.
What is
Elbony? And 5% wildfire malted barley. So I feel like what Still Austin is doing is they're toying with different, it's still rye and it's still barley, but they're toying with different strains of it.
Like the guy from Missouri, Wood Hat, who's trying all these different types of corns.
Yeah, which is cool.
I get I don't get any ethanol off this.
None ethanol. Pretty basic nose, caramel, vanilla, oak.
Just standard.
Maybe a little bit of citrus.
That is smooth, light oak, very sweet. You get the caramel.
God, that is such a good drink, man.
I almost want to say kind of a toasted marshmallow.
So on the nose, Breaking Bourbon is saying caramel, vanilla, cinnamon, brown sugar, light citrus, oak with a light intensity, which I would agree with. It's really, there's not a lot there. You kind of have to search for it.
Yeah.
On the palate, cinnamon, maple sugar candy, caramel chews, textured body. Because you got to remember, so this review is going to be different because this is this is basically the cask strength of this.
Yeah.
Right? But this is a barrel pick. So it's going to be different than this review. And then finish, spice and heat intensifies caramel, cherry, slightly herbal, seasoned oak, and a long finish.
The spice is...
This is way more interesting than what the regular one is. I'm glad I got the barrel pick.
Yeah, and the spice, that description is kind of deceptive when it says the spice is very mild, so it's like pleasant. You still get it, but it's not overpowering and not ruining anything where it's like, oh my God, my tongue's on fire. You don't get any of that.
Cadillac Jack says he loves Still Austin. I agree.
I'm impressed. This is
very
good. Of all the Texas whiskeys. This and
I think this is better than at least 25% of the Kentucky bourbons I've tried. Maybe even 50%.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really well done.
Yeah. This Still Austin has definitely figured out. They don't have that overpowering oak flavor like a lot of the Texas whiskeys have, where it tastes like they just chopped the tree down and it's like, oh God, you're chewing on a freaking fresh cut toothpick or something.
And Garrison Brothers is so good at that, and I don't understand why. People love Garrison. I don't like that at all.
I think that's just more of a Texas pride thing. If you want to be proud of something from Texas, I would say this and Lasso Motel. You guys should be proud of those two. These are fantastic.
Yeah, the Lasso Motel 8 and 18 is very good. The Amburana is decent.
Yeah.
There's some Amburanas that I like more, but again, the Amburanas that I'm getting you're going to pay more for than the Lasso Motel Amburana.
And Lasso, if you're listening, we're waiting for that weeded. We know Tony's asked you for it, and we want a weeded. So if you would,
I hope
try it out.
I hope we get hooked up with that full lineup because that'll be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Cadillac Jack says, being new to the bourbon world, SA caught my attention from the jump. Yeah, I mean, it also depends on where you live because, again, we're in Oklahoma City. We can't get this here. I was in Texas for work, and I brought these bottles back. So Cadillac Jack, let us know where you live, and we might be able to help you out as far as where and what you might be seeing. We also have a friend, Bourbon Dan. You can sign up on I think he's on TikTok. You can go to his TikTok page, and he has a website. You can put in your zip code, I think, or your location.
You tell him you can sign up for it's like an alert system that he's got all across the country. You tell him what city and what state, and everybody involved in it, when they see an allocated bourbon that's at MSRP or close to MSRP, they enter it in, and then he sends it out to everybody. So if you're looking for allocations or certain bourbons that are hard to find, they will alert you, and you can set it city and state specific.
Yeah, it's very nice. Moving on to the final one, which is a rye, which I'm so hit or miss on ryes, and I feel like you are as well. I mean, the Basil Hayden Dark Rye is above and beyond
Pinnacle.
my favorite rye.
Yeah.
It's so different. It's so good. It's so easy
light.
to drink.
So,
I feel like a lot of ryes to me just have that rye twang to it where there's so much rye spice.
Yeah.
Obviously, because it's a rye where it's, to me, it's off-putting. I mean, we've had some good ones because I believe, too, this is an Amberana rye?
No.
Yeah, the Dark Arts
is it a
is
rye?
an Amberana rye.
Okay.
I mean, that's good,
Amberana.
but that's also so different, right? Because it's Amberana, right? So I'm interested. I'm very curious to try this.
What's interesting for me is like when we first started this little journey of ours, we were at Justin W's house, and I made the comment that just pissed everybody off that I'm not as big of a fan of Antique 107.
Mm-hmm.
And
everyone, including me, told you you were wrong.
That I was wrong. And what's interesting is I was more of a rye person at that time, and now I find myself migrating over to the wheated bourbons. You know, I like the Penelope wheated. I like the Antique 107. I like a unnamed $15 bottle that's a 6-year Heaven Hill product that sits on the bottom shelf, which will surprise you with on an upcoming episode.
Yeah, a couple episodes away, but yeah.
But yeah, I find myself migrating more towards the wheated now.
Yeah. So it's funny you mention that because Cadillac Jack says, yes, I'm a big weeder. I'm in California. My local store, Emilio's Liquor Warehouse, keeps a great selection of pour small over. So Cadillac Jack, if you haven't had this yet, so I am good friends with the clients that I just flew out to Scottsdale. They were having kind of a family reunion golf trip, and I went to Total Wine and I found a bottle of this for $39, and I brought this over. And what I would call our lead passenger, the gentleman that paid for the trip, I brought him this, and again, it was only $40, but I didn't want to come empty-handed. Absolutely love Penelope Wheated. This is one of my favorite bottles right now. It blows Weller Special Reserve out of the water. I mean, especially for price point, you're probably going to pay almost half for this, what you would pay for Weller Special Reserve.
Well, unless you're here in Oklahoma, you cannot go into a liquor store and not trip over Special Reserve. But other places it's allocated here, it's $34.
Yeah, Cadillac Jack says he's looking to get this next. This is an awesome
Great bottle.
Great bottle.
Yeah,
really,
California, you guys, man, that's got to be tough because you guys get a lot of barrel picks, a lot of great stuff that we just can't get our hands on.
We're just a small market, you know. And what's funny because if land-wise, Oklahoma City is in the, I think it's like number
top
5
10,
as far as the largest area-wise, but we just...
Population.
Bummer, we all have acre lots, or half-acre lots, so it's like we're just very spread out, whereas you California people like to build houses right next to each other. But that's another discussion.
Yeah, I think there's 4 million people in the state of Oklahoma. There's more people in that. Yeah, there's more people in Dallas or suburbs of LA.
Oh, no, you're right. 4.095 million. And most of them are here, too. Just landing some great bottles in the past 2 weeks. Yeah, put it in the comments. Let us know what you got.
Let us know what you got.
It. This is the still Austin Cask Strength. This is the rye.
Are you sure? I'm just kidding.
Wait a minute. Oh, here it is.
You're right.
This is a rye whiskey from Still Austin Co. It was released in August of 2023. This is the 2024, I'm sure.
This is the
proof is 116, ages 2 years. Mash bill, it's 100% rye, of course, and the MSRP was 65. I think I paid less than MSRP.
That's 2 years.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
All their stuff says 2 years.
It doesn't smell like a 2 year. They got to be blending stuff.
Yeah. Not a big nose on this.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit of ethanol, not overpowering.
I don't get anything.
I mean, I get a little more than I did with this.
Is what I get. I don't get any ethanol. I just get earth.
Yeah, almost kind of a earthy tone, but still a little sweet. I still get a little ethanol with mine. Maybe it's because I'm smelling the bottom of the glass.
That's nice.
That has got a whole lot more going on.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I can't believe it's got to be at least 2 years because I can't believe that was only in the barrel for 2 years.
Do you get like almost like a raisin finish?
Yeah, or almost like prunes.
Maybe, yeah. Okay, yeah. It's almost like a dried fruit. What's interesting though is like you almost feel like you're going to go into a rye burn, but before it even heats up, it's just gone.
Yeah, it's so nice. That's a nice rye. It really is.
That is probably the most interesting Texas whiskey I've had.
So, and it's very interesting from Breaking Bourbon. The nose is honey, ginger, citrus, grassy, which I would say is kind of that earth tone. full and pungent aroma. I don't think it's pungent at all. I'm not getting
at all.
Like my nose is right next to it.
The taste on the tongue is a lot more powerful than what you smell.
So on the palate, fennel, honeysuckle, stone fruit, heavy rye spice, nutmeg, rich and punchy, unique. I don't know if I've ever had fennel. Honeysuckle, I don't know if I've ever had. Stone fruit, I don't know if I've ever had. So these are all things that are new to me.
I get the honeysuckle because as a kid in a neighborhood I grew up with, people had this one family had this huge, like 10-foot retaining wall, and they had honeysuckles growing over it. And
what is a honeysuckle?
So it's like a flower. It's in a bush. And if you, in the middle, if you take the I think it's called a pistule, you pull it out.
I've never seen these before.
Yeah, you can pull this portion out.
And eat it?
And then, no, you just lick off the sweet flavor. It's what the bees go for. Most of the time, you will hear the whole bush humming with
Honeysuckles
bees.
are arching shrubs or twining vibes in the genus, I'm not going to pronounce that. Trumpet-shaped flowers and their ability to climb. Wow, interesting.
Yeah, so... it's good. It's like a mild sweet taste, kind of florally.
Never seen those.
Yeah.
Very interesting though.
Usually I can't get near them because they're full of bees.
Then we'll finish it up on the finish. Intense rush of heat, raisin, anise, herbal undertone,
the raisin,
baking spices ramp up the back end. I don't get anise. Like I love anise. I don't get anise on this at all.
I don't get anise at all because you know how I feel about it. But the raisin, like I said earlier, but the rush of rice spice, it's almost like. You start to get that rush, but
like
before
almost
it
crescendos,
heats,
and then it dives. Yeah, it's like an almost crescendo, and then it dives right back.
Exactly. So it's like I'm getting warmer, but I'm not going to burn your tongue.
That's a great rye.
That is a great rye.
Yeah.
That is what.
And it leaves like my mouth just like tingling, and it's like
I
happy mouth.
At first, I thought, oh shit, this is going to end up being real dry, but it's not. It's not oily.
But like still, even now,
you still get on the side and the back.
Oh, it's very pleasant.
That is.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Well done still, Austin.
Yeah, I mean, really great stuff. I knew when I saw it, I looked around. I mean, Total Wine has so much stuff. And I looked around and I was like, I'm just going to buy this Still Austin stuff because we can't get it in Oklahoma, and I'll bring it back and we'll try it. I'm very impressed with all of them.
So this one has more of a vanilla note when you smell
Which is the what?
The single barrel cask strength?
The barrel pick?
Yeah. Smell those two. I don't know if you got enough left in yours.
I don't get a lot of vanilla. I get a lot of caramel, caramel chews.
Well, there's vanilla and caramel stuff.
How dare you?
It's interesting.
Yeah, they're both very good.
And
I like all these three a lot.
This reminds me of what's those things your wife makes that are so fucking good? Those little
the little Parmesan.
No, the little bakery things that she puts the
cheese little things.
No, she calls them profiteroles.
Oh, profiteroles. The dessert things, yes. Yes. Yes, if you've never had a profiterole, oh my God. Go to our friend's.
Why does it have... Don't make your desserts overly complicated in their name. But that's what this smells like to me.
Yeah.
That vanilla profiterole sweet.
Yeah.
Just the smell, not the flavor.
If you've never had profiteroles, you're doing yourself a disservice. My father's been to France 48 times, as I learned, and profiteroles are a French thing. It's basically... It's like an eclair. It's a puff pastry. It's not a puff pastry. What is it?
Yeah, it's a puff.
What? It's something else, though. What do you call it? Shoe pastry. I knew it. I knew she was going to chime up. It's my wife, by the way. It's a shoe pastry.
The wonderful baker.
Cut it in half. You put vanilla ice cream in the middle, and then you top it with chocolate. Oh, my God. Absolutely delicious.
Yes.
Cadillac Jack. Great content, guys. I learn a lot from lives like this. Dude, that's why we're doing this, man, to educate everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please give us a follow. If you want to see the full episode or look back on other episodes, we're on YouTube, Bourbon Flights OKC, Spotify as well. We are going to be branching on to, I think I'm going to try to do iTunes and some other podcast platforms as well. Now that we're kind of getting a better following. But Cadillac Jack, thanks for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate it.
And if you guys have any interest in these, let us know. And if we get enough response, then I'll order a bunch.
Yeah, website will go live in about a week or two, and we're going to sell those. I'd like to get some hats and some hoodies as well. We just, merch is king these days. Giving out merch, handing out merch, selling merch. That's kind of
We
And
obviously
it
don't want to
also
produce
helps that-
anything that doesn't
No.
that nobody wants.
But it's also cool that our logo is so dope. So
yeah, well done.
yeah.
Yeah,
Again, thanks to Mike
Mike,
DeFaz for that.
fantastic,
Yeah,
dude.
really good stuff.
You're amazing.
Cadillac Jack loves merch. Well, drop us a line and a message, and we'll send you a free cup
Yeah,
because you've been hanging out with us.
yeah. Send us
Let us know where to send it. All right, this is hard, man. Out of 10, best to worst out of 10.
Oh
Dude, this is hard. This is one of the harder ones I think we've done.
man, so
I'm gonna have to pour a little bit more. Of this.
yeah, I'm gonna.
This is hard. This might be the hardest rating that we've done. I'm gonna promise you this. In the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna go back and listen to all of our podcasts and come up with a full list of our ratings for everything. Because I'm saying I'm gonna do it. That we need to have a ranking of everything that we have, and I'm gonna do it.
I even bought
take
us.
the time.
I even bought us notebooks, and neither one of us has
Nope,
documented a goddamn thing.
Nope, haven't written shit down. Nothing at all.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. I know that's weird, but there's just so much flavor packed into that. If you can get back that initial flash of all that flavor, when everything starts to mellow out, it's so good. That is just surprising.
It's not exciting. It's just so easy to drink.
It
Like,
is.
I could easily sit in the pool and drink half a bottle.
I mean, that
you know?
2-year whiskey is better than
They're
some
all
of the
2-year.
That's what's crazy. Is
Supposedly.
This, yes. This is better than some of the 4 and 6 years we've had.
Yeah, and it's from Texas.
That's what I don't get. Still, Austin.
All right.
I give you props. So I'm going to say, for me, it's 1, 2, 3. I don't even.
I thought you just did this.
No,
And now you're
1,
doing this.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
This, and don't get me wrong. When I say 3, I don't mean like. I mean this is like these are all so close.
Yeah.
It's just the super dense flavor.
Yeah.
Great flavor. Great light whiskey to start
Yeah,
with.
yeah.
I mean.
Let's get some numbers.
Oh man, you go first because I'm
Okay, you usually always go first. I'll go first. 8.5,
Wow.
8.2, 8.0.
Fair enough. I would say 8.2, 8, 7.8.
Okay.
There's a few I
So
like.
we're in the same realm.
Yeah, we're
basically.
really close.
Yeah.
There's a few I like a little bit better, but
They're all really
God
good.
dang,
That's a good lineup.
for a Texas whiskey, because we've bagged on them pretty hard because a lot of the stuff we've had has not been good. But between the Still Austin and the Lasso, that's good whiskey.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Yeah, I don't have anything negative to say about Still Austin.
No, I don't.
If this is your lower offering,
That's the baseline.
you're fantastic.
Yeah.
You're doing great.
Yeah.
Don't change anything.
Yeah, that's the base, which is
Yeah.
crazy. Really good stuff.
Which I'm sure my dad would be happy to hear us complimenting Austin. My family's from Lockhart, Texas, so we got a lot of ties to Austin.
yeah,
But yeah, that's
that's really good stuff, man.
I'm impressed. Their reputation well deserved.
Here's the real question: what do we put in the infinity bottle? I'm tempted to put all 3.
I would not argue with you if you did.
Have we put a rye in there yet, though? That's my only qualm.
No, we have not. The only rye we've done has been in the death bottle.
So do we? Is this? Are we at the point of putting a rye in the infinity
So
bottle?
do we?
I'm
wanna
not opposed to it. I'm just asking.
I'm not opposed to it either. But my question is, do we want to start a rye bottle?
I don't think we review enough ryes to make that worth it.
Okay. I don't think it would detract.
Okay, we're putting them all in there.
I don't think it would take away. I think
It has been decided.
that bottle is.
These are all so good, man.
Yeah,
honestly, I think this is one of the best episodes because we love this stuff so much.
What was it that Justin had that was from Still Austin? I'm curious.
I think it was I think it might have been the rye.
He gets. I mean, don't get me wrong. Justin gets stuff we'll never be able to obtain,
Yeah.
but his palate is so good. I wouldn't be surprised if he liked that one. I mean, that... God,
we're finally filling up the infinity bottle here. It was
Right?
looking pretty bleak for a
Right.
while.
Well, I mean, at least we're not just putting anything... Oh, you spilled.
2 drops.
2 demerits.
Maybe 3.
2 demerits.
That's right.
You're going to have to do some push-ups later. Maybe 1.
Call the ambulance. Just have them on standby.
I'm going to have to take away 1 rib. 1 spare rib.
1
for
party
you.
rib.
Um,
Well, I'm still curious as to what makes them party, but we'll figure that out later.
because they're a pre-cut and they cook faster.
All right. Oh, that's not the correct topper, Eric.
Hey, you just do what you want.
Can I share a secret with you?
As long as it doesn't...
I did
reveal
try a very small amount out of this.
You did.
It's
Without
ve-
me.
It's very good.
Is it?
Yeah.
Bastard.
I was real drunk one
So-
night, and I said, "I don't care what
I
Jason
don't-
thinks.
screw him."
Yeah, screw that guy. It's really good. It's
That's
really
okay.
Infinity bottle. If you guys don't have an infinity bottle, basically it's just an ounce of all the stuff you like, and see what it makes in the end. It's
And
pretty
yeah,
cool.
there's 2 different there's an app you can track it on, and it'll tell your ABV and everything.
So I'm curious. This little Mose says, "Wait until you try a Nacy pick. Hands down, my favorite bottle right now." I don't know what a Nacy pick is.
Yeah, I don't know either. Tell us where that is, where we can get some. Something interesting. Can I give a little secret into one of the future episodes
Oh
with
my
the
God.
10th Mountain?
Oh my god! Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I was, perusing through Instagram and stuff and saw an advertisement for 10th Mountain Distillery. Interesting fact, my mother's side of the family is from the East Coast, like Eric. And my great-grandfather served with the 10th Mountain Division during World War I. My grandfather served with the 10th Mountain Division during World War II. And I served with the 25th Infantry Division during the first Gulf War. But my battalion is one of the original battalions from the 10th Mountain Division. They just moved a mountaineering battalion to Hawaii because Hawaii's all... But all of our sister battalions are 10th Mountain. So
You had to go to Hawaii. Bummer.
Well, it was like, do you want to go to New York and freeze your ass off, or you want to go to Hawaii? I was like, I'll take Hawaii. They didn't tell me it's the toughest
jungle, yeah.
the toughest training terrain the Army has to offer, with volcanoes and jungle.
Still sounds better than New York.
It does. I would much rather sweat my ass off on a mountain than freeze my balls off in New York.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we reached out to them. Great people out there. They responded. They sent us some samples, so we're going to have some of that coming up. So that'll be interesting to see. They're actually out of Vail, Colorado, though, even though the 10th Mountain Distillery, our 10th Mountain Division for the Army is Fort Drum, New York. So, but it was just kind of neat with my family history with the 10th Mountain Division and then
That's
the 10th
super
Mountain
cool.
Distillery. So looking forward to trying those. Those have been sitting on our bourbon shelf for couple weeks, and it's been killing us, but thankfully we were distracted by riding off-road in the National Forest.
Side by side. So just a couple of TikTok comments.
Sorry.
No, you're fine, man. Cadillac Jack, I filled a 2-liter barrel with all wheated pourers, still letting it age. If it's not an oak, it's not going to age, so just drink it.
Sidebar on that, make sure we bought a couple of oak barrels to age stuff in, and
Make sure
we
it's not
found
lined.
2 of them were lined with a plastic liner. 1 of them was a charred oak barrel, so make sure you verify that is a charred oak barrel.
And then Lil Mose says, the head blender Nancy, I assume he's talking about Still Austin, will release a special pick every first of the month at the distillery. We live very far from there, so I'm sure we won't get to enjoy that, but that is pretty cool.
If it wasn't, the traffic wasn't so bad. There's never a point between...
Texas driver, I grew up in New England. We have New York, Boston drivers, like
Connecticut,
within 2 hours
Rhode
of each
Island,
other.
all
Massachusetts, okay? These people in Texas have no idea what they're doing.
No. They either...
There's no purpose, there's no reason. They're just, we're on the highway and we're doing whatever we want to do. At least everyone in New England is like, we're moving with a purpose, right? Like that's what I always said. Yes, it's insane, but it's purpose driven. Where people in Texas, there's no rhyme or reason. It is the worst driving. People will say Atlanta. At least they have 8-lane highways in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Dallas is North Texas, and I mean honestly Houston too. So I guess East Texas, worst driving I've ever seen in my life.
I've lived everywhere from Connecticut to Honolulu, from Texas to Indianapolis, and I can tell you without a doubt, Connecticut, yes, there's a lot of traffic, but everybody moves at 80 miles an hour.
We're going somewhere.
Everybody
We're doing
moves with a
something.
purpose.
Yes, we're doing something.
You get to California, everybody's just trying to shoot everybody because it's like, oh, you've got 2 inches in front of you. I can fit my 15-foot car in that 2 inches. You get to Texas, half the people are doing 100 miles an hour, half the people are doing 15.
It just seems like they don't know. They just don't understand how to drive.
And it's crazy. My wife refuses to drive when we go to Texas.
It's awful. It's so bad. It
is
worst. Bad. We've not been to LA. I have been to LA. Bumper traffic. You have to go drive on I-35 or 235 through Dallas. Is the worst. Anyway, do we have any final thoughts? Because we're really late here. We're over 40 minutes on this.
Oh wow. As far as Texas whiskeys, still Austin and Lasso Motel, my two favorites.
This is one of the best lineups we've had on the podcast.
This is very complex, a lot of rich flavor. I strongly recommend this one, even over the Barrel Pick. The Barrel Pick's great. This one's fantastic. This is fantastic. But this,
unbelievable.
Yeah,
very good. For rye, I'm not a big rye guy. Very, very great. You're good?
I'm good.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining us on this bourbon journey through OKC. Remember, there is a world of bourbon out there waiting to be explored one sip at a time. Until next time, keep your glasses full and your spirits high. Cheers.